Oh, good morning. I want to do an individual video response to this one because I don't want it buried in a podcast. I don't want it buried in in an interview. I wanted to read this article because it's very important. Because while everyone's making fun of the boomers and how they're acting like this bug is a crisis, the attention's been taken off the millennials. Everything's a problem. My God, what's I think of the children? And what's funny is the millennials are no longer that sexy age where marketers and advertisers care about. They're on the average millennial is 30 now. You're not that sexy 14 to 25 demographic or 34 to 29 demographic. You're not the cool hip kids anymore. Some of you have kids. How do I afford them? It's my dream. So this is from the New York Times, but it's posted in Boston.com. Millennials burdened with debt are now facing an economic crisis. Hiker faced with bear, now face bear crisis. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go hiking, I always bring a large gun. If I'm in a part of the country where there are bear or mountain lion or other predators. Because I like to be equipped. Now, you are all facing an economic crisis, and you're not armed with shit. You don't have anything to face this crisis. Now, I'm wondering, if you had a real degree and this economic crisis came, would you be better off? How can the millennials, the most educated, intelligent generation ever, face an economic crisis? How? They know everything. Everything. And now here they find themselves, their paths have twained with a bear, and they don't have a 45. That's a large caliber pistol, by the way, millennials. And now we're going to bitch and whine. You didn't even save up fucking money, did you? Everybody living paycheck to paycheck. So we're going to start this morning. Oh, don't worry. We're going to have Good Morning Corona Chan. It's a separate podcast. I just want to dedicate this because it is fun to make fun of you dipshits, you grasshoppers who don't prepare for winter. The last time a serious economic downturn hit was 2008, which isn't that long ago. Evan Shade was in high school, and the crisis seemed like a news event that happened to other people. It did, because he was living at home. This time, as the coronavirus has brought the economy to its knees, has become a personal affair. When non-essential businesses were closed last month, right there's a key, boys and girls. See, the world is trying to tell us something, Peck. It's who is and is not valuable, who has a legit needed profession or job, and who is not essential. When non-essential businesses were closed last month in Kansas City, Missouri, where he lives, Sade, 26, lost his job at a carpet store and almost all of the shift on his second job at a coffee shop. Oh, stereotypical. His girlfriend, Caitlin Gardner, 23, was laid off from a different coffee shop. I'm not here to besmirch baristas and coffee. I go to the coffee store, and I do give a little bit of an extra tip now to help the kids. But the one that I usually go to closed. Now they're sending us to a different one. Really? You're working out? Let me guess. Did you guys go to school? Did you go to school? Did you get your college degree? Did you have the college experience? What? Where? Why did you save that money? You have money now. You can travel on the cheap. Oh, but no, you're so fucking intelligent. You're such a great soul. You're such a great mind that you needed to be invested in. I haven't even gotten this. I'm wondering what fucking bullshit liberal arts or sociology shit. What slop did they major in? And now here's this wine piece. Oh, they don't have a gun and they're facing a bear. We need a government program to rush guns to them and train bears not to attack hikers in the woods. The money they have in their bank accounts, a little more than $1,000, is enough to only cover this week's $800 rent check. Well, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Go fuck yourselves. You're financially irresponsible. Forget about his 300 student loan payments to health insurance he was hoping to finally sign up for. Oh, you don't have health? Well, how'd that? I bet you voted for Obama, huh, Evan? Did you guys vote for free healthcare. The couple spent their time at home applying for unemployment and fruitlessly looking for new work. I bet you your girlfriend can do something. It's the new hot phase, a fad. It's a booming industry. Men went to the Bakken oil fields and died getting electrocuted and falling off of oil platforms. I wonder what young women can do now. Now, I'm not advocating. I have been a champion of women going into STEM, and it wouldn't be facing this problem, but nah, I tried. Hey, don't go down that trail. There's a bear there. Fuck you, boomer. I know I'm smart and educated, independent, don't need a... I know so many people my age are going through the exact same thing, Gardner said. Everybody is going through this. You're not special. The youngest American adults are facing what is for most of them the first serious economic crisis in their working lives. By most measures, they're woefully unprepared. While the past few years were largely good ones for the American economy, wow, it took them a lot to admit that. What did little to help set millennials up with a solid financial foundation? No, you had unemployment below 4%. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourselves. You majored in stupid shit. You went into debt for a party, not a real education. Then you had no employment prospects. You should have lived at home, much as people ridicule you for that. Bank your fucking money, pay off your debts. And that was a long ass fucking run we had there. That was a long time without a recession. And it did little to help you up with a solid foundation. No, it's not the economy, stupid. It's you guys making dumbass fucking mistakes. Enumerated in this book, How Not to Become a Millennial. I'm hoisting these idiots up on their petard, so maybe Gen Z can say, whoa, shit, we don't want to become like that. Overload with credit card debt, whose fault is that? And student debt, whose fault is that? And underrepresented in the housing and stock markets. It's always victim. Well, look, do we even have to look up this worthless no-name journalist who wrote it? They entered this uncertain period with significant obligations and few resources. Their positions look doubly precarious when measured against older generations today and relative to those generations of the same age from 23 to 35 years old. Going into the financial crisis of 2008, Gen X was roughly the same age as millennials today, but had on average twice the total assets millennials have now when all bank accounts, stocks, and loans were added together, according to analysis done by, and I even cite that exact same study. Now, admittedly, Gen X did major in stupid shit. We did not have we had egregious tuition. You guys had insanely egregious tuition, but you guys were so dumb, you actually forked over the money for it instead of going to community college. And you know what? Gen Xers worked. I think we're the last generation to shovel, sidewalks and driveways and rake yards. Now members of Gen X who are 40 to 55 are in a strong position relative to millennials, even after being battered by two. Well, yes, we're supposed to be, you fucking moron. What idiot wrote? Yes, the older you get, the more money you make. Oh, I wonder if the millennials will be better off than Generation Alpha. They have 4 times the assets, more than twice as much in savings as today's youngest American adults. Oh, where? Do you guys remember the .com crash? Are we going to remember? Do we remember the financial crisis? We had 2. Some of the older Gen Xers, they had the 1991 recession, but that wasn't crippling. They make it seem like this never. When do you stop complaining? When do you all grow a pair of balls, women included, because apparently that's what's popular now. When do you grow a pair and take on your own fucking responsibility? Or is it always, look, I understand 7 chapters written in this book about how the boomers fucked you guys up. But yeah, they fucked you up. What are you going to do? Sit and stare at your navel and cry into your jamoke all day until you're dead? Learn to code. Join the military. I've gone over it a million times before. Said Reed Kramer, who led the Millennials Initiative at New America, a left of center think, a Millennials Initiative at New America. Yeah, Reed's avoiding a job. A sudden shock is really going to have a pretty big impact on this generation. Oh, thanks, Reed. I'm sure if I look you up, you got your doctorate in engineering. The turmoil caused by the coronavirus has already brought out other generational divisions. College students partying in Florida beaches have earned the ire of older Americans who face graver health. Well, wait. I thought you guys were destitute and poor. Now they're partying on the beaches. Aaron, that's Gen Z. Fine. You're not saving your money. But while young adults may face fewer health problems, the most are vulnerable financial costs of the downturn. Millennials, how long is this fucking thing? Yeah, I'm not going to read. Oh, here's a picture of some gal with huge cans. JC Cumberledge. I know what she could do for a living. Oh, and here's Andrew Lawson and his pregnant wife, Julia, with their 2 other children. I wonder if you guys can afford the family that you had. Huh? And you don't look like Christians. You're not the dopes that say the Lord will provide. You look like the stereotypical millennial douchebag couple. Raising your kids on sprouts. I'm just seeing if there's anything new here. The sudden disappearance of paychecks combined with the wide array of monthly debt payments and declines of any investments. You don't sell your investments until you're retired. I don't know why investments even mentioned. This is a cash flow issue. You guys should have saved up cash. Oh, you're going to bitch and whine about the corporations getting bailed out because they didn't save enough cash on hand? What are you paycheck to paycheck motherfuckers talking about? What are you guys complaining about? Social media has been filled with discussions about how to best take money out of a 401k retirement accounts to pay for rent. Danny Gomez, 22, lives with his parents near Boston, has been selling his video game consoles on eBay to make up his upcoming car payment. Why do you have a car payment? You spoiled Quantahas. I have never, ever had a car payment. I haven't thought myself luxurious enough. I mean, what's great is, who is this dickhead writer? Nathaniel Popper. He's such a spoiled little quant. Such a spoiled little child. He doesn't realize, and after going on a world trip on his credit card, he can't afford his payments when he lost his job. Oh my God. And it's the boomers' fault and capitalism's fault. It's not his fault that after going $250,000 for a degree in philosophy at Middlebury, he couldn't keep his whatever job at the AT&T store. I've just been staying at home and playing video games, so I'm kind of upset I have to do this, but I have no choice. Why don't you learn to code? All this downtime, you guys can learn to retool, man. Andrew Lawson, 29, was making $500 to $600 a week delivering for DoorDash on Hawaii's Big Island. I bet you he went to college too. After the state shut down non-essential businesses, most restaurants closed. In 3 days of work in 1 week, Lawson made less than $60, which wasn't enough to cover the gas to get to Kona, the city with the work. Nowadays, I might get a $5 order for McDonald's after 3 hours of waiting, he said. Lawson has a 2-year-old and pregnant wife who does not work. They were down to eating plain noodles until he visited a food bank and got a bag of groceries in. I'll admit that now is the time. I mean, yes, now is the time. This is a crisis. Yeah, now's the time for food banks and charity. I'm not. But what the fuck were you doing having a family of 4 on a fucking dining app, being a fucking Uber for food? See, Nathaniel, the author, when stupid people do stupid things, they need to suffer. Otherwise, they remain stupid for the rest of their life. And we got it like you, Nathaniel. I'm sure if we look you up, you ain't making the money. Give me something I could feed my family with, he said. I don't care what it is. Maybe this is another great and blessed and merciful Corona Chan. Maybe this is a blessing where the millennials finally get their little fucking fanny spanked. Like something really bad actually happens to them. And they realize that even the government, I know it's all Trump's fault. Trump is actually going to give you fucking cash money. The Democrats just wanted to give the nonprofits and the government agencies money to help you out, which was mean they take half of it for their government employees. Trump's actually going to give you some cash. But even with the quick cash that's coming, you still got to wait. You guys couldn't make it a fucking month. And this is a criticism of every American. None of you, including businesses, none of you motherfuckers had enough cash on hand for a month. What are you bitching and whining? When do I see the article, millennials finally admit they made stupid choices and are suffering the consequences? When do you grow the fuck up? And I know we do have some good millennials. A lot of them tune into my show because they're better, harder, better, faster, stronger. Part of the 1099 essential superior race. They were prepared. But for the most of it, you guys are giving these hardworking millennials a bad name. While the majority of young adults who have college degrees are doing just as well or better than previous generations when they were in their 20s and early 30s. No, they are not. That is a lie. That is a motherfucking lie. They are not doing better. I got the data to prove it. You are a lying sack of shit, Nathaniel. Nathan. Those without a college education like Lawson are doing significantly worse, according to a Pew Research Center analysis last year. Who's Lawson? Oh, Lawson decided to breed without a degree, without any real work. That's great. Inequality among millennials is even more evident when race is taken. Of course. We gotta bring race into it because it wouldn't be a millennial sob story if it wasn't. There's Nathaniel with the tweezers jerking off his dick. I'm so good. I'm not even going to read. I don't care about the race aspect. Garner said that she and Shade eventually want to have a family and house, but she said, we're both going to be in debt for a while and having kids is just not feasible. Thank you, Garner. At least you're admitting that. One of the few bright spots you millennials are putting off having kids you can't afford. Well, there's a chance the downturn will be short. Economists are assuming that the turmoil has already happened will have long-term consequences for young households. I don't think it's going to be short. I don't think the economy is going to have long-term consequences. I don't. I'm actually quite optimistic about a recovery. But I don't know. Long-term consequences for young households. No, making decades of stupid-ass fucking mistakes, going into credit card debt, getting car leases, and having children you can't afford. That's your main problem. Oh, a pandemic comes along. Oh, my God. Look at how bad we got it. And it's because of this virus. No, dipshit. It's about decades of stupid motherfucking decisions you just made. This means that young households have not enjoyed the market gains that came over the past decade. Yeah, they were too young. They were going to school. I didn't get to get in on the booming 90s stock market. Didn't have money. Jack Ackenbrook. Oh, what's his problem? How am I to blame for his mistakes this time, Nathan? Who until last month made a living playing drums in a band. You can't make this up. Dude, man, like everyone's corporate sellout. Oh, pierce your lip, Jack. In Nashville, Tennessee, began putting money into an investment account with startup Acorns. Last year, it got up to $2,000 by February. Acorns is where you round up because you don't have the ability to just plop money or have it automatically deduced from your paycheck, deducted, sorry. And you round up. So you go to McDonald's and you get a $3.70 coffee. You round up to 30 cents with Acorn. Oh, there's my 30-cent contribution. You guys bitch and whine about the boomers not saving enough. Holy shit, this is great. The value of the account plunged by almost half in recent weeks, making him question the decision to put it there in the first place. Well, Jack, if you had got educated in personal financial retirement and planning and investing, which you should have back in your K through college experience probably, you'd realize that it's not what it is now. It's more important what it is when you retire. And since you're 25, you have at least 50 years. And I'm going to applaud Jack on this. $2,000 by 25, that's great. That's going to help him out a long time. I'm thinking, what if I just kept that $30 a week? I still have that money. I could use it now. Who's been trying to make money playing concerts online? Who's this? JC Cumberledge. JC Cumberledge, 23 in Amherst, Ohio, has no retirement account to spend her last $80 to save and make her monthly car payment. Shortly after the gastropub where she worked closed mid-March. Gastropub, which is the local American bar with American eats. You are so fucking stereotypical, people. Not JC. Cumberland's parents have also lost their jobs in the past few weeks. Her father at a place, no reason to mention. Her mother helping out a very legitimate cause. That has made her aware of how much better prepared they were for this, she said, with a house they own and no rent payments to fall behind. They probably don't have a car payment too. To cover your utility bills, Cumberledge borrowed $200 from a friend. How much you want to bet it was a simp? How much you want to bet some engineer majoring simp that thinks he's going to get JC's titties? Hey, you guys should look this up. Look her up. Since she has made some money by selling pictures of her feet to people with fetishes. There. Good for her. Good for her. Who found her online after she put a joke posting on Twitter. Oh my God. I wonder if JC majored in something liberal artsy and now realizing what the real world really wants. You compare it to older generations, they worked up and saved money. It feels like I'm never going to have a stable job that has benefits and health insurance. No, sweetheart, but you could sell pictures of your tits online, which is, you know what? An option men, once again, do not have. She could go, if she saved her money and invested wisely, set up an IRA and an LLC. Oh, Aaron, well, I don't want to do that, man. It's been my dream. Tell me, one millennial, name me one millennial that's lived in the dream. Like, long term, will feasibly continue living their dream until they're dead. You know, like, oh yeah, we did a clarity test on Ernie von Schledorn last night. He sold cars because he was dead. It was his dream to sell cars. And he did that till he's dead. I don't want this. All the grant money didn't come in, so I can't work with the children's anymore. No. I want to know, what are they like? Oh yeah, it's my dream to do X, Y, and Z. Well, what percent of you dipshits are actually doing that? My buddy Matt Baldoni, he's doing his dream, but he's 1 in 1,000, not only in terms of talent, but hustle and business acumen and work ethic. She could play. Yeah, dear. Hey, you know what? Let's look up JC Cumberledge. I bet you this is the best thing to happen to her is when they got interviewed. Or when she got interviewed. I bet you she got more Twitter followers than me. Facebook. Here we go. JC Cumberledge. How many Twitter followers she got? 8? That's it? Is this the right one? It can't be them on the channel on YouTube. Sorry, 19. Yeah, that's her. Show me. You know what? By the end of, what is it? I say by the end of April, she'll have $10,000 in the bank if she knows how to do this right. Oh, yeah. Blonde hair, big tits. Absolutely. No one has kicked your asses, millennials. Not one person in this world has done it. And now the economy is coming in and doing it for you. And the reason it's doing is because it's real. I'm trying to help you. You being mean. Yeah, it's kind of fun picking on you because of how arrogant and deluded and entitled and hubristic you all were. I don't know if that's a word or not. And you could keep going this way. I wonder if there'll be another recession in your lifetime. I wonder if the stock market will crash. I wonder through the natural course of economics if there'll be malinvestment and the economy will go into recessionary times again and unemployment will go up. I wonder if that will happen. And I wonder if you're going to be better prepared next time because you made decisions based in the real world and didn't come in there with some arrogant dick saying, I expect the world to give me my dream. Here, go get this. And you know what? I hate to sound so pessimistic about the future, but I am. This book is really not for millennials because you guys are fucked. Your lives are pretty much over. I'd say you have hope, but so many are you brainwashed and the government bailed me out. Oh my God, somebody else has got to do something. I'm going to go lease a car. Oh my God, I don't have enough money. I mean, you guys are acting like boomers in that regard. So I'm like, fuck you guys. It's hopeless. There might be 1 or 2 millennials that got their shit together. Please get this book. It'll make you feel better about yourself. And like, oh, wow, I'm not crazy. The only one this is for is Gen Zers and the Alpha generation coming up. For you young kids. And that's if you fucking pay attention. Don't get brainwashed by your fucking teachers and your guidance counselors. Like, oh yeah, go get it, follow your heart. But are we really? Is that being uttered in school still nowadays? Follow your heart, and the money will follow. Are we still propping that lie out to the kids? Fucking millennials are fucking destroyed. Fucking resulting to digital prostitution. Again, not against it, but can the younger generations? Can you put 1 and 1 together and say 2? Can you say, whoa, shit? We're doing the exact same thing. Maybe we shouldn't. And let me guess, it's anybody but yours guys' fault, right? All right, we're going to get through the super chats real quick. and then I got to go get a coffee and do something with my hair. And we'll come back for the Corona Chan. Jesse for $2. When will the Millennial book go on Audible? Vince's upload. He uploaded it like 2 weeks ago, and Audible I think they had a change in management or something. And usually when I've uploaded a book, it takes a little bit. But I keep checking in with him. He's like, not yet, not yet, not yet. So it could be a month, and who knows with the virus. Joe Smith, $5. Are any products or services not possible in a free market, i.e., we wouldn't let military be privatized? Not in theory. Everything can be possible in a free market. I mean, that's kind of what old history was, is you'd have basically a private army or mercenaries, and they go, well, yeah, we'll protect your village, but you're going to give us half your crops, and you're going to let us crash here, and maybe have some of your women. That's it. All right, we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Toodles.